Probiotic foods by now, but there's a new biotic on the block, and natural healthcare practitioner Mark Mincola is here to tell us about it. Good to have you here.
Good to be here. Prebiotics.
Prebiotics.
Prebiotics, and that's really from food. As you know, probiotics are those cultured foods that have good bacteria. Yogurt, everybody knows yogurt. Things like cultured milks, even cottage cheese, tofu. Now we've got a lot of foods that actually help those good bacteria to actually grow, metabolize, and really get strong.
So that's the prebiotics.
Prebiotics.
Not the probiotics.
Not the probiotics. They work together, though.
It's a little confusing, so it's all good bacteria.
There are 9 million good bacteria in our body. They've only discovered 2% of them. So all these foods provide us with a lot of protection. You know, all day long you're exposed to various bacteria. We're protected within our own bodies.
All right, let's take a look at your list here. You always have a list.
Yes, indeed. Got to have that food list, and we basically start off with those foods like obvious
fruits.
Fruits are high in sugar. Good sugar, fructose, of course. Prebiotics are really important from the perspective of good sugar to help those good probiotics to cultivate themselves. Also, there's food like whole grain products, whole grains as opposed to white flour, highly processed carbohydrates. Again, good sugars. Whole grains are good sugars. Also, the allylic sulfides, those spicy onions, those spicy garlic bulbs, very, very high in prebiotics as well. So those are the predominant foods that we want to look for.
And honey.
Honey, of course, is a good sweetener. You know, there's very unprocessed honeys that are unsweetened, that are really natural and have a lot of enzymes. And again, any natural sugars, fruit sugars, whole grains, honeys, help us to really build up these good bacteria. They're called prebiotic foods.
All right, trying to figure this all out. And what exactly do they do for you?
Well, you think about the fact that there's bad bacteria in the world and in our bodies. We want to protect ourselves from those, obviously, because they can make us sick. Well, there's also natural ways that Mother Nature sort of set it up for us through nutrition to actually support and protect, defend ourselves against these bad bacteria with good bacteria. So as we pointed out, there are good living bacterial cultures in things like yogurt, cottage cheese, and tofu. Good bacteria helps us protect ourselves against those bad bacteria. But those good bacteria need to be supported in their development in our bodies. So these onions, garlic, fruits, whole grain products, and honeys help us to actually stabilize those bacteria so that they can really take hold.
So add all those to your list.
Add them all to your list and eat healthy.
All right, Mark Mincola.